And so now I can say that 90% of my income is through group programs. It's through Unstoppable Sales and the Next Level Mastermind. Welcome to the Next Level Life podcast with Christine Corcoran. This podcast is made for the powerhouse businesswomen who are ready to ignite their fullest potential. This is where we will dive deep into the mindset breakthroughs and sprinkle in some kick up the butt motivation so you can scale your business with confidence and clarity. Whether you're craving more income, impact, or inspiration, this podcast will be your ultimate resource for all things next level. Listen in as we have authentic conversations with game-changing female entrepreneurs as we reveal the secrets on what it takes to rise and thrive. So go ahead, ignite your inner fire, and let's get you taking massive aligned action. Are you ready to elevate? Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. I hope you're having a beautiful start to your day. Just a little heads up, the doors to the Next Level Mastermind are currently open. So if you're an established business owner and you are ready for your next chapter and you're ready to scale your business and you want the support and the coaching and the accountability to level up and also surround yourself with other epic women doing the same, then definitely check out the Next Level Mastermind. The link is in the show notes. Come and join us. It's going to be such an incredible next 6 months. All right, so today I want to talk to you about the transition to go from one-to-one clients to one-to-many offers. And so when I say one-to-many, this can be everything from a membership, mastermind, group program, course, like events, retreats, like whatever it is. If you're wanting to scale your business and you want to move away from doing so much client work and you want to move away from doing so much one-to-one work and you would love to then grow into a program, membership, or something like that where you're selling one-to-many, then I want to talk you through the transition because I feel like it doesn't get talked about enough, and I want to prevent any pain or prevent any loss of income that can happen in the process of this. And I feel like it just needs to be talked about more because often what we see online is just the highlight reel, and it can look like it's the solution to all of your time problems and to all of your income problems. But people don't talk about how hard it can be and also how much it takes to actually transition. So I transitioned. So I used to be full one-on-one clientele as a coach, and I knew I wanted to launch group programs. And I feel like I think it was like 4 years ago when I launched my first group program. And at the level that I was able to then start reducing my one-on-one. I remember earlier than that, I launched a small group program. I launched the first one. I think it was called Elevate, would you believe? So funny. So I've gone through so many evolutions of names, but anyway, let's not go there right now. So I launched the first group program. I signed 4 people into it. And I've done a reel on this before. So if you want to go look at the numbers, I know there's a carousel a while back. So basically I signed 4 people. That wasn't enough people in order for me to drop a whole bunch of my one-on-ones in order to replace my income. Okay. So if I had dropped a bunch of my one-on-ones and gone straight to going, I'm just going to have group programs and just not do any more one-on-ones, my income would have dropped massively. And so I want to highlight this because I think sometimes we just don't talk about it enough for you to see the realistic results that happen within a business. And, everyone's situation is going to be different, but I just want to share with you the considerations you need to have when it comes to this type of transition. So 1, you want to think about the timeline that you want it to be, and not expect it to happen within one launch. So you want to consider okay, if I want to move away from doing so much one-on-one, I would give yourself 2 or 3 launches to get that the one-to-many offer correct. And then it's actually hitting and landing. So then you're actually having the right number of people come in so you can replace your one-to-one income. So I started off I think it was 4 or 5 years ago with the first group program of 4 people. And then 4 years ago, I launched Energetics of Money. And that's where I had a good group of people come through. And that's where I was okay, so I can see now the messages that are landing and I know my sales strategies in order to convert the right numbers. That's where I was okay, now I can start dropping more of my one-to-one clientele. And so what that looked like is when I launched that group program, I had a couple of one-to-one clients that I actually thought would be a good fit for the program. So I presented it to them and gave them the option if they would like to transition from one-to-one into group. They were yep, absolutely, let's do that. And they also wanted to meet lots of other amazing people. So I was this is going to be perfect for you. We can continue to work on what we've been working on, get the one-on-one support plus the group support and meet lots of great people. So they were yeah, awesome. So that's how I transitioned a couple of my one-to-one clients into the group program at the time. So then I was okay, that I think ran for 3 months. And then I was actually, I don't even think it was 3 months. I think it was 9 weeks or something. So just under 3 months. And so that I gave myself the space to then learn from that program before I then launched again. So I didn't launch straight away at the 3-month mark. I think I gave myself 4 or 5 months before I launched again. And then I went into the process of like knowing what numbers I needed in order to convert, and then being able to then drop a few more one-to-ones. And then I did that in the next launch. And then I actually launched a whole other program. So I launched then the Next Level Mastermind off the back of a retreat. And so again, that was only small numbers. I think I had 5 people in that one to begin with. And so then I was like, okay, so I want to scale this. It was a 6-month program. So then I was looking at different options to scale it. And so I love to do a lot of one-to-one in my programs. So I am evolving the programs in order to have more one-to-one, but also at the time I was like testing out like how much is too much one-to-one, how much is not enough, how is it still going to work for my lifestyle, still work for the type of freedom that I want to live, and also what does the client need? Like for them to actually have the transformation, how much one-on-one do they really need? And so it was very much like a learning, testing, and measuring. And so now I can say that 90% of my income is through group programs. It's through Unstoppable Sales and the Next Level Mastermind. I still have a couple of one-to-one clients, and I can always take on more one-to-one clients when I choose to, but I'm conscious of the energy that it takes to manage groups. And also I do love to have one-on-one in part of those. Okay. So it's about really just evolving as you go, but I want to highlight the transition. I did not transition straight away from launching one offer and then straight into dropping all my one-on-one clients. It was an evolution that took probably a year and a half, I reckon. And the reason why it took so long is because it takes time there's a few things. It's like one, you're developing a program. So it takes time to actually develop the program. 2, then taking people through it. So running a pilot round to learn from it, to get the feedback, to get the testimonials, to make sure it's a viable offer, that it's something that you can get the messaging right. Like there's so many things that go into that first launch. Plus also it may be the first time that you're launching. So you're not only getting the program right and then launching the program, you're learning how to launch and getting the messaging right, plus then running the program. So it's a lot. And so then it was like through the lessons of that launch, then I implemented the changes then for the next launch. And then it wasn't until the third time to get momentum for one, reputation, for that to grow, also for people to be ready for the offer, because I feel like the first time people are like, oh, I'm not really ready for this, but maybe next time. And so then keeping those relationships intact, and then obviously then offering it to them next round, right? So then they would then join the next round, and then that builds and builds and builds so that it makes it easier with every launch, right? And then you can expand your numbers, but also your launching process is much easier and it's not as energetically draining and emotionally draining, right? And so people don't realize how much it takes out of you to actually launch, and especially online. And so I think that there's so many different strategies you can put in place for sure. But if you're choosing to online launch, which I do believe is a worthwhile part of your business because it helps to grow your profile. It helps to get the word out there that you can serve people in this way, makes people aware of the solution, and it starts to build a reputation. And so to get to those really like big launches, it takes repetition and it takes you nailing every part of that in order for it to work. And you've got to be pivoting, every single step of the way. And I think sometimes that people aren't in it to win it over the long run. They think, oh, this is going to be the get rich quick scheme. This is going to be the quick solution to my time problems and my boundary problems and my, sales problems. I'm just going to launch an offer and then it's going to sell like crazy and then I don't have to work for the next 3 months. Whereas I look at it very differently and look at it this is where I want my business to be in, 18 months to 2 years time. And what am I willing to do to make that happen? And allowing it to be one, like, I feel like I've nailed my offers now. Like I freaking love Unstoppable Sales. I freaking love the Next Level Mastermind. And I'm always going to be evolving it because that's just who I am. But I'm improving it with every round with the feedback that I get. And so I feel like you get better and better the more you do it and the more you launch it, the more that you deliver the programs. And so I want to just share this with you with a transitional piece because I feel like sometimes it doesn't get talked about enough and people just think that it's the get rich quick option or a quick way to then drop all your one-on-one. It is worth it, 100%. 100% I believe it's worth it. I love running groups. I love the camaraderie. I love the support and the cheering on that people give and encouraging people. I feel like women really need that. And I love running it. I love facilitating groups. I love seeing the breakthroughs. I love thinking about how like I'm serving one client on this group call, but I can see the impact that it's having on other people. So I really love it. But again, it doesn't have to be a group thing. So whatever your scalable offer is, it's about how you're giving it the best option for it to succeed. So launching it once or just getting it out there once is not going to be the solution to your business problems. And it's also not necessarily going to happen overnight. So when you look at it like this is your work, this is your legacy, you get to create this signature offer that could be the perfect fit for your ideal clients. And it can be a great way for you to serve your clients. But give the offer what it deserves. Give it the time and energy that it deserves in order to get out in front of the right people. Let it be an option for people. And so you're going to have to get that out there into the world multiple times in order for it to hit and have those big ass launches. So if you feel like you need support in doing this, because it does take a lot of energy and it does take a lot of mindset work to continue and to get back up after you've been knocked down and to get the messaging right. Like if you want that sales strategy support and you want the mindset support, then that's what the Next Level Mastermind is all about. So if you're ready for a scalable offer and you're ready to, maybe you're ready just to improve your current scalable offer. Maybe you want to improve the sales process. You want to get the support to launch it. You want to get the support to take it to the next level, then definitely join the Next Level Mastermind. I have opened up my calendar for some right fit calls this week. So if you would love to chat with me about it, send me a DM on Instagram or send me an email at christine@christinecorcoran.com.au and we can get on the phone and have a no obligation chat. We can just see whether it's the right fit for you. If it's not the right fit, I'll absolutely let you know that. And we can just see whether I'm the right coach for you as well. So feel free to reach out. Let's have a conversation. Otherwise, come and join us for the next 6 months as we help take your business to the next level. All right, lovely. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you really soon. Thank you for listening. And if you've found any value out of this episode, make sure you hit the follow button so you get access to the episodes as soon as they are live. And make sure you come hang out with me on Instagram. You can find me at christinecorcoran_coach. Have an incredible week.